Hello, I'm Mr. Ibrahim Makoga from Educare TZ. I'm teaching chemistry and physics. We are proceeding with our section of solving Necta question, and the Necta question that we are using is Necta question of Form 2 chemistry, and we are solving this question in order to show you how the question should be answered and how a student can use the knowledge learned in the specific in certain topic to apply to answer different question. So wakati mwingine unaweza kuwa una knowledge ya topic fulani, lakini ukashindwa namna gani ya kutumia ile knowledge katika kujibu maswali. Kuna swali lingine linakuja, unaangalia swali limetoka topiki gani, yaani huwezi kujua kasa hili swali ni topiki gani, kwa sababu halielezi vizuri, au kwa sababu ulisoma lakini ulisoma tu kawaida, lakini haukujua ku apply ile knowledge, au haukujua application ya ile knowledge ambayo umejifunza. Sasa hivi nataka mwanafunzi elewa kwanza topic, elewa ile content, elewa na application ya ile content ambayo umesoma. Ukishajua application ya ile content ambayo umesoma, maswali ambayo utakutana nayo itakuwa ni rahisi sana kuyajibu. Ukishindwa hivyo, utashindwa hata kuapply concept ambayo umesoma darasani. Then let's see the question. Now we are going to use the question number 3 of 2013. Also, we'll see the question number 4. The question is, what do you understand by the following terms? Empirical formula and relative atomic mass. So a student was required to give the meaning of molecular formula and the relative atomic mass. Kwa tu utoe definition, unaelewa nini kuhusu molecular formula na unaelewa nini kuhusu relative atomic mass. So that was the question. And the part B of the question was a calculation, and the question was, a certain compound K contains 15.80% of carbon and the 84.2% of sulfur. If the molar mass of K is 76 grams per mole, then determine its simplest formula and the molecular formula. You are required to determine the simplest formula of the compounding and the molecular formula of the compound. The simplest formula of the compound means that is the simple formula from molecular formula. Kwamba molecular formula inakuwa kama ndo complex one, and the simple one will be derived from the molecular formula, or the molecular formula will be derived from this simplest formula. So utakiwa ujue hiyo simplest formula inayozungumziwa ni formula ipi. Umezoea kuambia tu empirical formula, lakini ukiambia simplest formula unaweza kushtuka. Simplest formula, which is simplest formula? We know simplest formula is the empirical formula. Kwa mwanafunzi bidii ajue katika zile empirical formula na molecular formula, then ingekuwa rahisi kujibu ili swali na angeweza kuanza kushtuka sana. Then let's go to see how student was supposed to answer the question. We say a molecular formula is the formula which shows actual number of each different atom in a molecule. Is the formula which shows the actual number of each atom in a molecule. Kwa hiyo hii inaonyesha actual number ya molecule kwenye actual number ya atom kwenye molecule. Kwa mfano ukizungumzia kwenye carbon dioxide is made by 1 carbon and 2. It means 1:2, 1 carbon, 2 oxygen. That is about carbon dioxide. One molecule of carbon dioxide imetengenezwa na 1 carbon pamoja na 2 oxygen. Hiyo ni molecular formula. Ina show actual ratio. but utakuta kuna formula nyingine tumeona hapo, kuna kitu kinaitwa simplest formula. Utakuja kuona hapo mbele utofauti wa simplest formula na molecular formula. Simplest formula yenyewe ina show simple ratio ambao wanaita empirical formula. It shows a simple ratio of atom in a compound. So ukizungumzia kwa mfano unatumia liseme labda tuzungumzie kwenye ethene. Ethene ina formula yake ni C2H4. C2H4. The ratio will be equal to 2:4. 2 of carbon, 4 of hydrogen. 2:4. But you can make a simple ratio, 2:4. If we divide by 2 in both, 2 divided by 2 get 1. 4 divided by 2 get 2. It means the simple ratio will be equal to 1:2. That will be the simple ratio. So not the actual number. Kwa pale maana yake kwenye simple formula utakuja kuona kwamba C1H2 but not the actual. The actual one is 2:4. 2 carbon and 4 hydrogen. So this is a molecular formula. Or sometimes we say that it is a multiple of empirical formula. Empirical formula is that called a simplest formula, shows the simple ratio of a compound. And then for B, also required to define relative atomic mass. We say that relative atomic mass of element is the average mass of element relative to 1/12 the mass of carbon-12 carbon. Atomic mass is obtained as average mass of the element relative to 1/12 the mass of carbon-12. Mathematically, it represented this. It is average mass of element over 1/12 the mass of carbon-12. So relative atomic mass tend to compare between the mass of the element and the mass of carbon-12. Carbon-12. Unajua kwa nini nasema carbon-12? Carbon ina isotope nyingi. Kwa kuna isotope ambayo ina 14, kuna isotope ina 13, unakuta kuna 10. So ina isotope tofauti. Lakini inakuwa compared ni isotope ambayo ina 12 gram per mole. Kwamba isotope ambayo ina relative atomic mass ya 12 ndio ambayo inatumika kwenye determination ya relative atomic mass. So this was about the relative atomic mass. Part B of the question was the calculation of empirical formula and the molecular formula, the simplest formula and the molecular formula of the compound. We have given a compound K with percentage mass of carbon 15.8. Kwamba ulikuwa na compound K ambayo compound K ilikuwa na mass yake ambayo ni 15.8%, na ulikuwa pia na percentage ya sulfur ambayo sulfur ilikuwa ni 84.2%. Pia ukapewa na molar mass ya compound K ambayo ilikuwa ni 76 gram per mole. Then by knowing percentage and the percentage of this carbon and sulfur and the molar mass, it's not enough, but also you have to be with relative atomic mass of the atom that form the compound K. The atom is sulfur and carbon, so the relative atomic mass of sulfur is 32. Kwa hiyo compound K ilikuwa na sulfur ambayo sulfur atomic mass yake ni 32 kwa sababu ni ya 16. Ukishika 16 kwa jumlisha 16 mpaka 32 kwa sababu ni even number. Then relative atomic mass of carbon is 12. Carbon is number 6. Atomic number of it is 6. 6 times 6 you get 6 times 2 or 6 plus 6 get 12. That is the atomic mass of carbon. After then determining this data will help you in calculating empirical formula as also as a molecular formula. To determine empirical formula, there are almost 6 steps or 5 steps. There are 5 steps, almost 5 steps on achieving the determination of the simplest formula, which is called the empirical formula. First step is to write the constituent element of the compound. So you have to write the constituent element of the compound. Example for our question, the element that are given is carbon and sulfur. So we have to write carbon and sulfur in separate columns. That's the first step. Second step, you have to write the percentage composition of the compounds that are of the atom forming the compound. And for our question, we have given the percentage of carbon is 15.80, that is percentage of carbon, and we have given percentage of sulfur, which is equal to 84.2. Kwamba ulipewa percentage of sulfur ilikuwa ni 84.2. After then, you are required to determine the empirical formula. Then that is step 2. Step 2, write the percentage composition. After then, step 3, divide the percentage composition by relative atomic mass of each element. Kwamba percentage mass ya carbon utazidishia kwa relative atomic mass ya carbon. Percentage mass ya sulfur utagawanya kwa relative atomic mass ya nani? Ya sulfur. So respective kwa each composition utagawanyia kwa relative atomic mass yake. Then for this, for carbon take 15.80 divided by 12, and for sulfur take 84.2 divided by 32, which is relative atomic mass of sulfur. Here for carbon we will obtain is equal to 1.32. 1.32 will be the relative, will be the answer, and here will be equal to 2.63. This is the step 3, divided by relative atomic mass. After obtaining the result in step 3, consider the result in step 3 and take the small value. Take the small value. That small value you obtained in step 3, divide it to all values. The smallest value, divide to all values. Divide by itself and divide to the remaining results from step 3. Kwa hiyo utachukua value ndogo hapa, utagawanya kwa majibu yote ambayo umeyapata kwenye step hapa ya pili. For our answer, the small value is 1.32 because this is 2.63. So the small value is 1.32. Then divide by itself here and divide to 2.63. 2.63 divided by 1.32. If we divide here, we get 1. And if we divide here, we get 1.99. That is step 4. Dividing the result from step 3 by smallest value in that step 3. After obtaining the result in step 4, the result is obtained when you take the result in step 3 divided by smallest value in step 3. Step 5, you have to approximate the result obtained in step 4 to whole number. Divide it, approximate it to whole number. If we have obtained with decimals, so you have to round it to get the whole number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Then that are the whole number. So you have to approximate to whole number. So for here it is already a whole number, which is 1. Here it is 1.99. 1.99. This can be approximated. The one will come here, will get 2. So if you approximate 1.99, will be equal to 2. So this will be the ratio for carbon and the sulfur. For carbon is 1, for sulfur is 2. It is 1:2. After then, the last step, you have to assign the number obtained, the value obtained here for each element. So carbon is 1 and the sulfur is 2. It means that it is C1Sc2, C1Sc2. Here the empirical formula will be, or the simplest formula will be equal to C1SC2. 1 here not must to write not necessarily to be written, kwa sababu kishaandika C2 inajulikana kama ni moja, so itakiwa andike tena C1 not necessary to be written. So this will be the simplest formula or called the empirical formula. Kwa simplest formula ndio empirical formula hiyo. Umake definition empirical formula say the simplest ratio of atom in a compound. Is the simplest ratio of atom in a compound. After determining the simplest formula, this will help us to determine the molecular formula. We say molecular formula is equal to n times empirical formula, or it is equal to n times simplest formula. N times simplest formula, we get molecular formula. And this n is the whole number. N is whole number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 9. That is the n. So, how to obtain n? How to get n? N is obtained by taking the relative molecular mass of the compound and the relative atomic mass of each element in a compound. For a compound is made by carbon and the sulfur. Relative atomic mass of carbon is 12 and relative atomic mass of sulfur is 32. Then you take n bracket 12 plus 32. 12 plus 32 get is equal to 44n. 44n will be the sum of this. After then, to obtain n, divided by 44 both sides. We get n is equal to 76 divided by 44. We get 1.7, which is approximate to 2. Which is approximate to 2. After then, therefore, n is equal to 2. So, after getting n is equal to 2, come to molecular formula. Molecular formula is equal to n over simplest formula, which is equal to CSC2. 2 times carbon, you get 2. 2 times sulfur, get 4. Then the formula is C2S4. C2S4 is the formula for the compound that is made by 15.8% of carbon and 84.2% of sulfur. This will be the molecular formula. Kwa hivyo ndio itakiwa mwanafunzi aweze kulijibu swali. After then, another question that he can relate is this. A certain gas compound contain 30.4% of nitrogen and 69% of oxygen by mass. If the molar mass of the compound is 92, calculate its molecular formula. Kaona umepewa swali kama hili hapa, namna gani utalifanya? Then, the percentage mass of nitrogen you have given is equal to 30.4%. And the percentage of oxygen is 69.6%. Relative atomic mass of nitrogen is, we know it is 14 because it is in near 7. Then relative atomic mass of oxygen is 16, and the molar mass of compound, we have given molar mass of a compound from a question, we have given it is 92. 92 is the molar mass of compound. Then required molecular formula. So from molecular formula is equal to n empirical times empirical formula. Then to determine n from relative molecular mass is equal to n times sum of relative atomic mass. Obtain n, sum of relative atomic mass, n nitrogen is equal to 14, for oxygen is equal to 16. N will be equal to 92 over 30. Ukijumlisha hapa unapata 30, ambayo ndio 30 n. N itakuwa sawa na 92 gawanya kwa 30 ambayo ni 3.07 approximate to 3. Then n is equal to 3. After getting n, the empirical formula as the usual. Tumia table yako. Andika percent composition ambayo ni 30.4, for oxygen 69.6. Then divide by relative atomic mass. Divide by 14, divide by 16. You'll get 2.17 and here 4.35. Then divide by smallest ratio. smallest value which is equal to 2.14 divided by 2.14 divided by 2.14. Here you get 1 and here you get 2. Therefore, n is equal to 1 and O is equal to 2. So it will be NO2. This will be the empirical formula of the compound. After getting then, you go to molecular formula is equal to N times empirical formula. Then molecular formula will be equal to 3 over NO2. 3 times N, 3. 3 times O2, we get 6. N3 or 6. That will be the molecular formula of the compound. So this was supposed to be the answer for the question. So by on time, you go and check for this question. What is the empirical formula of the compound of mass 80.1 gram if contains 4.9 gram of magnesium and 3.2 gram of oxygen? And by saying that, this will mark the end of our session. Welcome you to subscribe, share, and comment in our channel. Goodbye and have a nice moment.